This selection is consistency over proportion by adding keyword. So like so the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's into this reaction in 3, 2, 1.
So, back a long time ago, there were two explorers that led groups
Yeah.
that were going to march to the center of Antarctica. And they were going to plant their flag at the South Pole. Pretty much, they were racing to be the first ones. And both of these explorers landed on the edge of Antarctica. And as they started marching there in two different ways. One group started marching consistently 20 miles every single day, no matter what. No
Oh,
matter
really?
how the weather was, no matter how they felt, absolutely no matter what. They would march 20 miles every single day, no
Oh,
questions
really?
asked. The second group would march very inconsistently. Pretty much, they were doing their best to get there as fast as possible. So they had an ADHD way of doing it. Pretty much what
Yeah.
they did is maybe one day they would sprint 50 miles if the weather was good and if they felt good. And the next day, if there was a blizzard, they would sprint or march 10 miles. And maybe the next day they would march 40 miles. And maybe the next day they'd march 20 miles. It was very inconsistent. Pretty much, if you think to yourself, which group will get there faster? It was the first group, the people that were consistent. The other group, they died because they pretty much tired themselves out and they never made good progress in the first place. They never even made it to the South Pole. But the other group, the first group that was consistent, did. The reason is because they made progress that was achievable, that they could do every single day, no matter what. No matter what conditions there was, they made progress every single day in a manageable way. Not something too difficult, not something too hard. So the moral of the story is consistency beats perfection. Whenever you start something new, it's important that you realize that you're not going to be perfect in anything, okay? You're going to slip up. And what's important is that you get back on track when you do. Pick yourself up when you fall.
Yeah.
If you make small amounts of consistent effort every single day, you're going to make a lot more progress than if you were trying to be perfect. If you were trying to do it as fast as possible, if you were trying to make as much progress as fast as possible. The person that is consistent, that puts a consistent, manageable load on themselves every single day is going to beat you every single time because it's not too hard for them. But if you're trying to make or do as much progress as you can, you're going to burn out. It's the same as those explorers. So just take something manageable that you can do
Yeah.
and just do it every single day. It doesn't have to be very hard. And that's important to know when you're starting habits as well. Do something that is somewhat easy every single day and just make progress and know that like you can progressively overload it if you're actually consistent. If you're not consistent, you need to make it easier. And your ego might get in the way and tell you that like you're better than what you're doing now, but you you really have to bring awareness into it and know that like if you're not making progress, it's because whatever you're doing is too hard. That's just the that's just the truth. So when you're starting a habit, just make it easy on yourself and do it every single day. And if you're consistent, make it harder. It's as simple as
Yeah.
that. And if you do that over time, I mean, it's going to compound. Like, you're going to build momentum and you will cement that habit into your brain a lot faster than if you did, if you were trying to like build the habit as fast as possible or trying to be perfect from the start. you just can't do that. You have to ease yourself into it just by being consistent and doing something that is relatively like easy or moderate every single day. Like for example,
Yeah.
I started learning a language like a year ago. Like I started learning Russian, and when I first started learning, I was really motivated. So I tried to make as much progress as fast as possible because,
Yeah.
of course, I wanted to speak Russian as fast as
Question.
possible. But going that like ADHD route led to me burning out because I
Wow,
was
really?
doing way too much and I just couldn't be consistent with it. And I stopped doing it for a few weeks until I picked it back up and I thought back to like why I stopped and why I failed and why I burnt out and I found like I was just doing too much. I was trying to be perfect. Like I was doing too much work. I was trying to make as much progress as I could as fast as possible. But I couldn't do that because I just started learning the language. So it was very important that this time starting out fresh or again that I was going to do at least 5 minutes every single day, no matter what. And that small amount of consistency actually helped me a lot because I eventually started upping that. I started doing 10 minutes, and
Wow,
then I
really?
started doing 20 minutes. And eventually, I started learning a lot more. And I am still learning Russian even today. And as you can tell, if you go back to the old version of me that
Yeah.
tried making as much progress as fast as possible, he burnt out, and I'm still going.
Wow,
So, as I
really?
said, consistency always beats perfection.
Yeah.
And know that, like, if you make a mistake or if you slip up and like, you
Yeah.
miss a day
Yeah.
or whatever, it's okay. I mean, just relax, don't think about it, just get back on the track. Just pick yourself up. That's all you got to do. So, if you want to achieve goals, here's a very easy formula that you can use. Pretty much set realistic expectations and set goals, and then work on them consistently every single day. It's as simple as that. That's all you gotta do. And once you work on them every single day and you make progress, you're gonna look back and you're gonna be happy. And the biggest thing is that it's not gonna be very hard. If you're making some progress every day, that's all that matters. I hope this helped.
Wow. Me too, yeah. Consistency always is part of the person, yeah. Legally, yeah. The consistency of a person by adding keywords. The link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out and drop a like if you like. And comment below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell so you can be notified when I upload in my bye. Wow. Me too.